George Lucas in Stormtrooper disguise. We pay homage to George Lucas and his remarkable accomplishments in film, with a likeness of the director himself adding distinctive armour of the Imperial Stormtrooper. And welcome to Centurions Corner, and today we are reviewing from Star Wars. Well, it's not really Star Wars, is it? But it's the Black Series, and it's George Lucas in Stormtrooper disguise. So this is obviously celebrating the 50th years of Lucasfilm, and why not put the man into plastic himself? And this is kind of reminiscence of the 3.75 from the Saga collection way back when that I got this figure here. And this one is going to go off to his new home after this video. But yeah, just kind of loving it. Now I've got the Black Series version, the old 3.75 can go. So I've got this guy from False One Figures on Instagram. This is their logo. Go and check them out. They are a fantastic store online, and this is where you can follow them. And obviously they are happy for your purchase. And if you ever do buy anything from them, tag them in your photos and they will put it in their story for you. So fantastic shop there. Go and check them out, and I'll put the description down below. But yeah, looking pretty cool on this card. We've got that nostalgia kind of sort of ring around it, very traditional of the old Kenner line, which we got down here. And he's got his Stormtrooper helmet, and I'm really intrigued about this helmet here. I'm going to put it on a few heads as well to see if we can make a few nice customs along the way. And with his E11 blaster. On the back, he's just got George Lucas up here. We've got him with a little bit of a bio about the Stormtrooper disguise and him directing Star Wars at the time, with the 50th Lucasfilm tree at the bottom there. So I guess without further ado, we're going to open this big bad boy up. So here he is in his blister pack. Obviously there's no hidden accessories or anything there. We've got him literally how he was in that box. So we're just going to pop him out, see what it looks like. And obviously the body is the Stormtrooper and the TK, which was one of our best figures in the top 10. And with that kind of face sculpt on there, looks pretty cool. It kind of looks like him, kind of not in certain ways. But we'll put him through his paces, see what he's capable of, and bring him for his review. So here he is, the man himself in Stormtrooper disguise, looking absolutely fantastic. I love it. It's not that it's George Lucas, I just love it because it's another Stormtrooper. For one, the Stormtrooper come number 1 in our top 10. So the body is absolutely fantastic. And the helmet, and it's a removable helmet, and it just is very kind of sort of like slimline to the figure. Looks absolutely great. So I'm just going to bring in Luke Skywalker here. Wooboom. This is the original helmet that we used to have as a removable, and look at that shod. It looks absolutely crud, and why we got excited about this, I have no idea. Lifting up the helmet inside, we got Luke where we get trapped in the garbage disposal part there, and it's all kind of sort of squished his head right down. Look at that nose, it looks awful, and all that was squished down to get into this ginormous bucket. And now look how far Black Series has come. Even though I do think Black Series in some ports are going downhill, and there's a couple little bits that do nitpick me about this figure as well, and it doesn't make him as good as the original. So first of all, we can actually look at his 2 accessories, and his first accessory is his Rogue One blaster of the E11. So we know that because it has the little torch bit on the side here. But for some reason Hasbro seems to be wanting to do these sort of gunmetal grey plastic guns, but to me it just leaves off that kind of sort of like mould marks around the outside. It just looks awful. I don't know why they can't just do it in black. The detail and all that is on there, but yeah, this colour is really killing me for me. All these little light bits around just really pick up, unfortunately. It makes it look really cheap. Going by the original one here, they've done it in a black and with the silver as well on there. Looks really nice. Obviously I've added that part in, but just that extra little bit of detail really brings it in. So before taking away the helmet of this guy, we'll go through a quick comparison on here. So this is the original, obviously, and George Lucas are here on the side. And yeah, I think, to be honest, they've done a fantastic job. It pretty much looks exactly the same size. What gives it away is probably around where the lenses are, that it looks a little bit bigger. and obviously the tubing as well around on that part goes all the way down, so you can tell it's slightly a different mould on here. But I mean, the Stormtrooper helmet, you can see it's a little bit smaller as well, and probably more in situ. But yeah, I just think they've done a fantastic job on there compared to that Luke Skywalker one that's really oversized and really big. But yeah, it looks great. It's just these lenses really take away from the figure. And you got these rebreather parts on there. This is more silver than there, but nonetheless, they do look great. And easily you could put them aside, and you have yourself an extra figure, trooper figure on the side here. And if you don't want to rebuy this guy, you could just buy this guy, and you've got two Stormtroopers looking side by side, looking pretty cool for your photos. So anyway, let's take off his accessories, and we could take off his helmet as well, revealing Mr. Lucas inside. And then what we do, we go through his articulation, then go through his sculpt. So head wise, he can look down, he can look up, we've got lower neck movement, we've got movable head around here, he can go left and right, and he's got a bit of a swagger as well. We've got rotation here at the arm, but it's hindered by the shoulder bell. We've got rotation here at the elbow, and it's on a 90-degree bend, probably a little bit more to be honest. Rotation at the wrist, and it's also on a hinge. Waist wise, we can go left, we can go right. He can look down this far and look back, and this part is kind of sort of movable, so you could get a little bit more movement in there and then close it down to stop the gappage from showing here. Leg wise, come up this far, forward, back, upper thigh rotation. We've got rotation at the knee, we've got a knee joint here, and then we've got the rocker and the pivot. There is no boot cut sort of swivel down there, unfortunately, but you don't really need it because obviously his knees swivel. So yeah, looking really cool, really nice, really great articulation. But again, it's just a reused body, and what really makes this one more unique from the rest is obviously the head. Does it look like George Lucas? No, the hair's done really nicely. We've got that kind of sort of wash going on there, and the beard. I think around the eyes, maybe looks a bit like George Lucas, but if I gave this to some sort of random person and say, who's this guy? I don't think they would say George Lucas, in my opinion, to be honest with you. There's something slightly a little bit off, maybe something missing, maybe a few chins down here. I'll probably get the sack now, but I think he just looks a little bit off. I think his chin just definitely needs to be a little bit longer there. Oh, thank you. So yeah, I think he looks really, really cool. So in all, it's not a bad figure, considering if you want an extra kind of shelf, an extra trooper on the shelf, that's for sure. It's so hot in there, my figures are just literally falling all over the place. It is so scorching in the UK at the moment. But nonetheless, I got really excited because obviously we come with this brand new Stormtrooper helmet, and I thought, wow, it's going to be a little bit larger, but look really cool. And if you're a fan of the channel, about a year ago, I made a Han Solo in Stormtrooper disguise because I thought the other ones looked crud. So this is a bootleg body with a Bespin Han Solo head. And I thought, great, I'm going to have a Stormtrooper helmet that actually fits the guy. And it doesn't. I have no idea how all this hair and this beard gets inside, but this one just doesn't. It doesn't even want to fit, doesn't want to go, doesn't want to go in anywhere, to be honest with you. So that's the Han Solo one. God, look at them go. Literally, they're just like melting away in front of me. The other one I did make was a Yavin head of Luke. And let's get this one into focus a little bit. And yeah, again, it just doesn't want to fit, doesn't want to go over. I don't want to push too hard on him. But yeah, it just doesn't want to go, unfortunately. So if you are a fan of the channel, if you're new, this one's slightly a bit smaller because I changed the diaphragm on him down here, and also gave him the grapple hook and stuff. And I gave him both a holster as well, and obviously he's got his comlink on there. So I really went into detail for these guys. So that is George Lucas's helmet, and these ones I did use the bootleg helmets on there, and I just dribbled out as much as I could. The helmets don't really fit properly, they kind of sort of sit off slightly. If you get the angle right, they don't look too bad, but mainly there was kind of there to have a Stormtrooper helmet on the side, because obviously you don't really want to cover their faces. It's kind of like this look that you go for. So yeah, the little Stormtrooper guys are coming along nicely, looking really cool. And what do you think of this guy? Do you think you're going to pick him up, or are you not really too fussed? Let me know in the comments down below. You can subscribe, you can ding the bell, follow me on Instagram where you see more pictures of all these guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.